I loved school. I loved going to school. And I remember every teacher from kindergarten through 6th grade very, very well. And then I remember the other teachers too. And it's funny because there's a chapter in Friend or Fiend, which is the fourth of the Pain and Great One books, that takes place at Reading Circle. And when I was in 1st grade, I was painfully shy. I know you don't believe this about me, but I was painfully shy. And it was my turn to read, and my teacher, who I loved, Mrs. Paulson, had to step out into the hall to talk to another teacher. But she told me to take my turn reading. Dick and Jane, I think it was Dick and Jane, actually, and they were cleaning out the attic. And in cleaning out the attic, they found an old trunk. And they carried this trunk downstairs. But I read it that they found an old truck. And they carried the truck downstairs, a big truck. And everyone laughed at me. Of course, the picture showed a trunk, so I don't know why I misread it as truck, but I did. And I insisted that it was truck. Everyone laughed. They laughed so hard they were falling off their chairs. And the more they laughed, the more I insisted it was a truck. So when I was writing the first story in Friend or Fiend, the title of it is Ben is My Fiend. And it's a story about two boys who are friends. And of course it really is Ben is my friend. But Jake, who's reading the story, reads, Ben is my fiend. I'm glad he's my fiend because, and he goes on and he continues to read fiend. And the other kids in the group are just laughing hysterically. Now, when I've asked some 1st graders, do you know what a fiend is? Most of them say no. So they will learn, I say, by the time they're finished reading Friend or Fiend, they will know what a fiend is, because the book is about how friends are sometimes friends, but sometimes they seem like fiends because they do fiendish things. So that story goes back to my 1st grade experience.